Bonneville, where are we?
We're on wide beam Ciao.
Oh, she never gets it, does she? Now listen, I know you're all wanting to see a little fur ball, which you will in a minute, but I'm just going to make a cafetiere because this is our monthly podcast.
Yes, and we're looking quite smart today.
We are we? Only because I've got no clean clothes.
We thought we'd make the effort for you this morning, didn't we?
I know the burning question or the burning desire is, where's our fur baby? You'll see in a minute.
It's so sweet.
Right, so for those that haven't joined us or seen this before, this is our monthly podcast where we answer all of your questions that you've kindly sent in. I've collected them from our website a couple of weeks ago because at the moment our website is down for a refresh, so watch the space with that. But I've basically gathered all of your questions, still got enough for about... Look at that!
It's moving on its own.
Look at that cafetiere moving.
Is that? Should it do that?
No, it shouldn't. It's because we've got a substandard cafetiere. Right, let's just pour the coffee first. Yeah, what was I saying? You can hear our fur baby. Yeah, so each month we answer your questions that you've sent in. We don't duck anything. And as I say, don't worry if we don't get to your questions. We have got quite a few. So shall we crack on?
Yeah, let's crack on.
And again, for those that don't know, I genuinely do not share any of the questions with Mrs. Bonneville.
I never see them. Never see them. It makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
Let's have a look.
It's got to be off the cuff then, my answer.
And as I say, you will get to see our fur baby in a moment.
It's waking up.
Right, shall we make a start, Mrs. B? Mm-hmm. Okay, first question is from Lynn Moore. And this is actually coming via the YouTube comments because you can ask a question that way as well. Just going to read it. I just read them out as they come in. Sometimes I slightly edit if we've got a little bit of fruity language. Okay, so Lynn Moore. Okay, guys, love your videos. Thank you. But question for Mr. B.
Oh,
yes.
One for you.
Question for Mr. B.
Excellent.
Love you guys, full of energy. Thank you. So, Mr. B, what software do you use for editing? And also, do you use a GoPro camera, or just your iPhone or your phone? My hubby and I live in Adelaide, Australia. Hubby from Cheshire. Me was born in Wales, but Adelaide is home now. We are thinking of trying to do our own YouTube videos. Good on you.
Nice one.
Just showing people what we do out here and how things are. I'm a bit of a photographer and I use Lightroom as my editing. And Mr. B hugs. Lynn, a question. Lynn,
very nice. Very nice.
So, software we use LumaFusion. It's a app that is only available on Apple devices. So, actually, Mrs. B does all the editing now, but we use our iPad Pro, and it's a piece of software called LumaFusion. LumaFusion. It's brilliant. We did when I was doing the editing, I used to use Final Cut Pro. I've used DaVinci as well. Both brilliant pieces of software, but if you're editing on an iPad, and it's perfectly possible to edit on an iPad.
I love LumaFusion.
Yeah.
So easy to use.
So LumaFusion's the piece of software. In terms of cameras, at the moment we film most of the stuff. We've got my iPhone 13 Pro Max. We've got a DJI Osmo Pocket. We've got a couple of GoPros. We've got a Canon M60. And we've got, of course, Mrs. B's Android. Move on. Someone's chewing something down here, Mrs. B. Let me just go. Should we show you our fur baby? Keep our viewers entertained, Mrs. B.
He's waking up.
Come on, you.
I've seen a few people around the marina.
Yeah.
I've been taking him out for little walks. All his injections have been done, and he was able to socialise. So he's been out meeting and greeting.
Come on,
he's quite a little star on the marina, actually. He's such a
sweetheart.
Come on.
Here
he comes, look.
Here he comes.
Now, can I just say, when you see him, I dare anybody not to say, "Oh," when you see his little face, because he has got the best face ever. Look at this. A drum roll.
Here he is. Here's our little fur baby. Look.
Hey.
Look at that.
Here he is, look.
Now let me just take my mic off a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Here's our little fur baby.
Yeah, let's move it. Let's move that. That's it.
Now we have actually had a question from another, oh bless him, from another view in terms of, what's his name?
Yeah.
Kenneth.
Kenneth!
Kenneth.
He's Kenneth. Now, Kenneth is a fabulous name anyway. It's a lovely, nice, strong name, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the little story behind it is, when we were doing the motorbiking channels, some of our subscribers, very used to make me laugh, used to comment and say that Mr. B reminded them of Kenneth, the hairdresser on Benidorm. And Mr. B said, I don't know who this is, who are they talking about? Because he's never watched it. And I actually showed him a picture, and I'm going to show you a picture. Please do Google him. It's the wonderful Tony Maudsley who plays Kenneth. And I've got a picture here, and this is where the name came from. So I'm just going to put it, just move it slightly. So that's, can you see him? And this is him in character. There we go. So Kenneth, after Kenneth off Benidorm.
Yes, I'm going to put Kenneth back down. He's a bit sleepy now.
Yeah.
But this is Kenneth. More on Kenneth later.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Let's go and put
Mummy's
him down.
little boy.
Yeah, and Daddy's.
Gorgeous. And Daddy's little boy, of course. And he knows how to sit, doesn't he? He knows how to sit. With his little treats and stuff, we train him. It was still training. Go on, what do they call it? I'm going to say wee training. What do they call it? We're not training him how to wee. He certainly knows how to wee. We don't have to train him how to do that.
You need Mrs. Bonneville for a few seconds, eh?
I just waffle.
Right, so that is Kenneth. So back to Lynn's question. As I say, we use LumaFusion. We film pretty much everything on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Brilliant piece of kit. We've got a couple of GoPros. We've got a Canon M60. We've got a DJI. We've actually got an Insta360. We've got quite a few pieces of kit which we primarily use when we had the bike channel. So hopefully, Lynn, that answers your question. Right.
Thanks, Lynn. Oh, and when you do, send us a link. We'd love to see that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Adelaide. Oh,
yes.
It's gorgeous.
Right, let me stir my coffee.
Yeah.
Right, next question is from Susan and Paul from Kent. And this is a question I stored before the website went down for renewal. And they've put, watched all your videos and love you two fools. Okay.
Cheers.
By the way, if there's a slight mist and sheen to my face, it's because it's very hot in here. Mrs. Bonneville has a completely different view. Right, so Susan and Paul from Kent have put, we have finally bought a wide beam. Yay! And are so pleased we waited to get a 70 foot over a 60. The extra space is amazing. Question, have you got your sofa yet? If so, could you show us and let us know where you got it from? Was it difficult to get on the boat and erect, etc.? Please keep the videos coming. And Mrs. B, can you please blow Paul a kiss? It's his 50th birthday coming up soon and it would make his day.
Oh, Paul. Happy 50th birthday. Oh, that's the biggest kiss for you.
Why does no one ever ask me to blow them a kiss?
You could have blown the one before in Adelaide.
Blown the one before?
Oh, you know what I mean. I'm not quite right. Do you know, I've got puppy brain.
Right, so have we got a sofa? Yes, I'll put the camera up in a minute and just give you a sneak, well, not sneak preview, I'll just show you. I've actually mailed back the link from where we got the sofa from. In terms of was it easy to get on the boat, I'm not going to say too much because I know Mrs. B's filmed some stuff coming up next week. It took a wee while to find the supplier because the actual supplier for the sofa company apparently specialise in boats, and you can definitely see why. One, in terms of how it arrived, and two, how it was put together, but I'm not going to say too much. But Susan and Paul, let me just show you the sofa now.
Yeah, because on next week's vlog, you will see it.
You will.
Being brought on board and put together. So
yes. Right.
I think you get little Kenneth in here as well.
Little Kenneth. So in front of the sofa is Kenneth's little day bed. Bless him. He's playing with his ball, look. Look at him. Anyway, sorry, there's our sofa. It's a 4-seater. We could have gone 6, believe it or not. We could have gone right down there, but we didn't want to. We just thought it fitted or fills that space rather nicely, and that's the piece on the end where Mrs. B just basically relaxes and chills out. And as I say, there's Kenneth. Look, he's Bless him, he's teething at the moment. We should have said Kenneth is 11 or 12. Is he 12,
12 weeks.
He's 12 weeks.
And he's a golden retriever.
And he's a golden retriever. Oh, I thought he was a Dalmatian. Oh. Anyway, so no, look, there's the sofa. More on it in terms of ease of getting onto the boat and basically putting it together.
Next week.
Right, let's just pop this back down here. Make sure we've got the lovely Mrs. Bonneville in frame. We have.
We look very smart today, Mr. B with his new pink shirt on.
Well,
we sort of colour coordinate, don't we?
I thought I'd make an effort.
An effort,
let me
yes.
have a slurp of my
It's
coffee,
Sunday,
please.
isn't it? We should do that on a Sunday. Just making a bit of an effort. It's nice, isn't it?
Right, so Susan and Paul have also put, please keep the vids coming. Oh yeah, sorry, and Mrs. B, can you? Yeah, whatever.
Done that, Paul?
Yeah. So, next question, Paula from Glasgow, and this has come via YouTube comments. This has actually come via our very first video. I put a little note to remember that, Paula, so hopefully you're halfway through the catalogue now and you've probably realised what a bunch of nutters we really are. Right, Paula, has your puppy settled in on the boat? Any tips, as we are seriously considering doing the same? Also, did you find the dog shelters charities difficult to deal with as being a boat owner? Keep the videos coming, Susan. I love them. They sometimes have me doubled up laughing. Thank you, Paula. Mrs. B, do you want to take that one when I have a slurp of my coffee?
Yeah, I filled in a number of forms to different rehoming centres and to get a rescue dog. And unfortunately, the stumbling block was the question that asked, do you have a secure garden? And of course, we don't have physically open the door and there's our garden with a fence around it. What we do have is we have a gated community that the majority of people love the dogs, love the cats. Yeah. There's, there's a speed limit. Your cars can only go very slowly on here. So it's a wonderful place, but I couldn't get past that. So it got a little bit frustrating. And then by sheer chance, Kenneth came along. Long story, but he was there. We went to look at him with his mum and dad. He's got a gorgeous, handsome dad. And the rest is history, really. So, yeah, we did try.
Yeah, we did. I'm going to add to that. Mrs. B's been very polite. I think that the charities... I used to work for the largest animal charity, the RSPCA. I did a contract for them for a couple of years. So I've got maybe a little bit of inside kind of view. I think the charities are missing a huge trick. I've also volunteered for the Dogs Trust over in the UK, so for our viewers further afield, we have something in the UK called the Dogs Trust. I did 6 weeks volunteering for them a number of years ago, and it frustrates me in terms of, yes, of course we understand the need to have a garden for your dog, to run around and get some fresh air, but I just feel sometimes the charities are missing a trick. The minute you live on a boat, there is a little bit of a stigma about that. And we live, as Mrs. B said, we live on a nature reserve. If you wanted to grow up as a dog here, you've got a wonderful life in front of you. You really have. So it is frustrating. We love Kenneth to pieces. But let's be honest about it. We originally tried very hard to get a rescue dog. We wanted to give a dog a second chance. We thought we can't do it. We're not going to be allowed to do it. So we went and bought a puppy. So we're giving a puppy a really fantastic home. So it is frustrating. It is. Very. But keep at it if you are hell-bent on trying to get a rescue dog. It can happen.
Can I just say, my sister came upon one by sheer chance, didn't she? There's more and more people having alternative lives, and if you've got an active life, and more often than not, if you live on a boat, you spend more time off the boat than you do on the boat, and we certainly do, don't we? So he's got a great little life. So.
Kenneth's having a zoomy moment behind us.
He's going to be flying around in a minute.
So that's hopefully, Paula, that helps. But we do know how frustrating it is. Talk to our lovely viewers, Mrs. B. Well, I just saw Kenneth's little ball has rolled.
Oh, is he going to do the sofa? When we first started playing, the restrictions were still there, so we couldn't actually go to the centres. You had to get past that first registration and then go and view your potential pet. So we couldn't even get to that point. No. And I would love to have said to them, look, you can see what our little dog will do. Yeah. Because we do a YouTube channel, so you can see the obviously at the moment we can't walk Kenneth very far. But you all know if you watch our channels, when little Kenneth gets bigger and we can walk him
Bigger?
further, he's gonna. Well, I don't know. He's got big feet. He'll have some lovely walks. So anyway, that's by the way. We love him. We absolutely adore him, don't we?
We do.
It just melts my heart every time. We put the TV on, me and Mr. B, and the TV's there, and Kenneth's there doing something, and me and Mr. B are just like that, just watching him.
I've never looked at Mrs. B like that.
No.
Right, so yeah, Paula, keep at it.
Yeah.
Next question, Mark and Sly from Ontario via our YouTube comments. Oh my God, what is your puppy's name? You now know, Kenneth.
Kenneth.
And please, can you show us a little more of him or her? Him. Short and sweet, but we love that little puppy. And last week's vlog was a proper tease. Deliberately so. Last week was an absolute nightmare in the most, positive of contexts. We just literally, a couple of weeks ago, sorry, we just literally got Kenneth, and it was a blur, and it still is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're just getting used to it because Mr. B works during the week, so Mr. B leaves the boat about 6:15 in the morning. So we're up because of course anybody that's got a puppy, that once somebody's up, everybody's up.
Yeah. Right. Let me show a little bit more Kenneth because we've been asked. He's having a zoom. Look,
no, it's not a zoomy. It's not a zoomy. He's having a little play.
He's just having a play. Look, bless him. Kenneth, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's his ball.
He's like, it's me ball, Dad. It's me ball, Dad.
Look how he looks at the screen.
Look, he's on cap. Oh, hey up. He's on a little
I think he's going to be a bit of a celebrity.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Good boy. Good boy. Come on then. Are you camera shy? He's a good lad. Right, so I've got a funny feeling this podcast might take a few hours. Right, so
yes, carry on.
Next question. Oh, look, Kenneth. Next question. So yeah, Mark and Sly from Ontario, Kenneth, and hopefully you'll see lots of him. He will be appearing on all our weekly vlogs.
And if you want to follow him on Twitter, you can follow him on Twitter. It's Kenneth_Evans02. So if you want to follow him, I keep uploading different videos and stuff of him. Yes, we do. Because you met all his cousins, didn't you, yesterday?
Just watch your mic, my love.
Yeah, I will.
Right, so next question. Lauren and Sven from Lancashire. And this has come via our website. Mr. B, you're absolutely correct with your views on new versus pre-owned boats. Oh no. We have just bought a 68-foot wide beam Aqualine that is a little over 4 years old, so fairly new, roughly the same age as ours. And we bought it for £140,000. We looked at a new boat for £199,000 and found out via a very reliable source that the particular broker, I put my teeth in, would have sold a £199,000 boat for 160. I've heard similar. I'll be absolutely honest with you, I've heard similar. What is going on? Do you think it's folk panic buying and not having the doodahs, I'm assuming that's the bottle,
or the
dogs, to negotiate? And are we right in thinking the new sales price on your boat was around £250,000? If so, wow, you've got a right deal. Yeah, it was around about £250,000. The purchase price of this boat, and we didn't pay that. We didn't pay anywhere near that.
No.
So in terms of what's going on, I genuinely don't know. Honestly, I really don't. I don't follow or keep close to the boat market. What I don't know, but my view is, and other folk have heard it before, and this isn't criticism, negotiate. It's as simple as that. Just negotiate. We negotiated on this boat. This boat was on brokerage and we negotiated. Trust me, we negotiated. There is a school of thought 6-12 months ago, steel prices. And again, you've probably heard me bang on about it, and it's just my opinion. If the boat's built and in the water, steel prices are irrelevant. Now, that's a commercial fact. So there could be some of that stuff going on. There could be some stuff where folk are just going in and, as I say, being really too nice to, negotiate. There's no harm in negotiating. It's the same as buying a house. You don't, unless it's, exceptional, who really pays for or buys a house at the asking price. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
It could be as well. Not so much wide beams, but narrow boats. They're gone in seconds, aren't they? A boat will come onto the market and it's gone.
Here on the brokerage, on new and used, Mrs. B's right. You walk past the brokerage, you see a boat, particularly the narrow beams. They're gone. The wide beams. There's been a couple of wide beams that have taken a while to shift. This did. I think wide beams are slightly different. This is particularly, when I say different, every boat's different and every boat's got to fit its need, doesn't it? But the wide beams seem to be taking slightly longer, which for me is all the more reason you should be negotiating. So I don't know what's going on with the market. I'm glad you've got your boat.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Good.
And if someone's, bought a £200,000, or if there's a £200,000 brand new wide beam going for 160, that is a steal. So yeah, absolutely. It doesn't surprise me though, seriously. When we were looking at wide beams here, and I don't want to, I have to be careful what I say, but when we were looking at wide beams here, new and used, excuse the pun, we could have got a considerable discount. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, maybe you have to be a little bit hard-faced, but I take the views. Excuse me, as long as you're not insulting, I'm never going to see these people again in the greatest of respect, other than walking past and saying hello. So, a deal's a deal. Hope that helps. Anything you want to add, Mrs. B?
No, that's always negotiate, because did you swallow a bit funny then?
I did.
Always negotiate, because they can just say no, and then and that's what negotiation is all about. Always start. I was a salesperson many years ago, and you always start big in sales, and then you can come down. But always try. There's always room for negotiation.
Yeah. Is Kenneth chewing hard legs?
No.
Oh, right. All right. So, and Lauren and Sven have also put, P.S. Our boat is going onto the K&A.
Oh, lovely.
But we're on the wait list for Mercia. So hopefully one day we can say hello in person. Brilliant. Fingers crossed.
Come and have a coffee and come and say hello to Kenneth.
Brilliant. Sorry, I've lost where I am. Chris from Warrington in Cheshire, and this is via lovelifetriumph.co.uk. Mrs. B.
Oh, hello.
No, it's a Mrs. B question. Mrs. B, please tell me where you got that grey top from. So lovely and so very feminine. You have worn it only a few times. The last time was on your monthly podcast. It's lovely, and Adam, my boyfriend's eyes nearly fell out. I'd like to give him a surprise one day. Mr. B, you must be one very happy and satisfied man.
Oh.
Lots of love. As I say, we read them out as they come, and I don't duck anything. And keep the great work coming. So light-hearted and such a fun and funny couple. Chris, thank you. Mrs. B, where did you get? I don't know.
Hollister.
Hollister.
And I think it's an American brand, if I'm honest. And it was when we were in Sheffield. I've had that top about 4 or 5 years, and it was a Hollister one, Hollister. But it was about 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't know whether they've still got it there or not. So that's where it's from.
There you go.
And Mr. B has always got a smile on his face. That's all I'm going to say. There you go, you see. Happy Mr. B.
There you go. Right, so Chris, thank you for that question.
Thanks, Chris.
Vic from St Helens, and this is coming via Love Life Triumph. So a question that I banked a few weeks ago. We notice you have a desk and drawer set up. Do you use it? Yes is the answer to that. I ask because I'm trying to convince my wife we don't need a second bedroom just for me to sit at a desk and work. We love the boat you have because of all that space, and we really are at a crossroads. Do we just settle and buy a 60-foot with the second bedroom, or hold out for the big boy 70-foot with maybe just the one bedroom? Please, Darren, sell it to my wife, as I'd love to go and get a one bedroom wide beam 70-foot. After all, if you're going to go do it, go do it right and get the big boy. Yes? Question. Thank you for reading this out, and we both really enjoy your videos.
Thank you.
Do you know, Vic from St Helens, it is, of course, this won't surprise anyone. It's deeply personal. You buy your boat and they lay out your boat for you. If we'd have lost this boat, I absolutely know we'd have waited. It may have been 6 months, but we would have waited for another.
No, Kenneth.
Kenneth's chewing.
Kenneth, here. Come and get Teddy.
Here, give him this, my love.
Oh, sorry, folks.
He's got that many toys. Oh, can I just say my sister bought him this.
Just give it him instead of him chewing the...
Look at that. Here.
Good lad.
Here. Good. Ooh.
Right, so yeah, if we'd have lost Ciao Bella, we would have waited. There's no doubt about it. We had set our hearts on 70 foot, well deck, and a huge open space. Our narrowboat was pretty similar. It was only a 57-foot narrowboat, but it had a big open. There was a flow to it,
Yeah.
and that's why we bought Ciao Bella. So if we'd have lost it, we'd have waited. There's no doubt about that. But equally, it's so personal, isn't it? You know, yes, I use that desk when I'm working from the boat. I will sit there and do my team and Zoom calls. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But you know, it's so personal whether you want to get, you know, 2 bedrooms. And personally, I happen to agree with you. Why have a second bedroom? Particularly if it's a 60 foot, you're gonna just lose space. And we, quite a few folk since we've had Kenneth have come on the boat and they've said, haven't they, wow, how big. And we're lucky because we didn't sacrifice, we just didn't want that second bedroom. So I kind of see where you are with it. Anything you want to add, Mrs. B?
No, and you know what? When our family come to visit, they come and visit for a day or so. My sisters said they'd love to come and spend a weekend, but they would hire a lodge. And so, are we going to have people sleeping here? Not really, no. If you are going to have people sleeping here, get a sofa bed. You know, you have enough room to do that. But as far as a second bedroom for us, it's not necessary.
No.
It's not necessary.
We absolutely love. Look, we've got a table we can get 6 people around comfortably. I've got my captain's chair, and we've got a 4-seater L-shaped sofa, and we've got a huge bathroom and a big bedroom with a extra king size bed in it. So, as I say, if this had fallen through, we would have waited. I guarantee you. Minimum would have been 68 foot, but we would have gone 70 foot again. So hopefully that helps. I know Mrs. B would as well. I'd love to know where you end up with that. I really would. And I hope we haven't caused any marital issues with
Let us
that.
know.
Right, thank you, Vic. Stephanie Powell from North London asks, and this is via website.
Wasn't she on Heart to Heart? Or was that Stephanie Powers? Sorry, that's Stephanie Powers. Heart to Heart. I used to love that.
I do love it. Right, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie has asked, I have been wanting to ask this question for ages but never got round to it. Plus feel a little silly asking because it's not a boating question. But you do say you answer all questions. We do. We don't duck anything. As I say, sometimes I may need to edit because some of the language can sometimes get a bit choice. So Stephanie has asked, Mrs. B, we are of a similar age and sometimes you wear the most lovely sexy tops.
Oh, thank you.
Great. I could never get away with them because of my cleavage lines. This is where it goes over my head, but I'm going to read it out. You will know what I mean. How on earth do you manage to keep your cleavage stroke skin looking so lovely and wrinkle free? Have you had work done? Hope you don't mind me asking that. You really do look great and very sensual. Really hope my question gets read out, but understand if not. Keep these videos coming, you pair, I love them. Stephanie, I'm going to hand you over to Mrs. B.
You pair, I love them. Does she mean you and me?
I think so. I just read it out.
Stephanie, thank you. No, thank you. That's a very nice compliment. I do appreciate that. And I remember years ago being at school, and one of the teachers there, she was always quite a bit older, she once said to a group of us, if I can give you one piece of advice, whatever you do to your face, do to your décolletage. Well, we didn't really know what a décolletage was. She had to explain that to us. So whenever I cleanse and tone and moisturise, I've always done it with my face and my chest. And I don't know whether that's helped or whether it's in my genes. But yeah, so whatever I've done to my face, I've done to my chest. So moisturise, cleanse, tone, all that sort of stuff. And a facial scrub on your chest as well. So could be lucky genes, but yeah, try it, how we go. But thank you for that. It's a very nice compliment. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope that helps. And can I just say for the male viewers out there, whatever I've not done to my face, I've not done to the rest of my body.
No, he hasn't got a regime.
I just no. Right, so. No, Stephanie, thank you for that question.
Very
seriously.
nice, yeah, thank you.
I just want to reinforce anyone, any questions, we don't duck anything.
Anything you want to ask, absolutely.
Seriously.
And no, I haven't had any work done. I've got my mum to thank. So cheers, Mum, for passing on her genes.
Absolutely. David and Kath from Watford. And this again is from via Love Life Triumph. Footstools.
Oh, yeah, aren't they lovely?
Please read this out. And they put please in bold. Can you please tell us where you got those lovely footstools from, please? We love them and want 2 for our wide beam. Another request, if I may. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 exclamation marks. Mrs. B, wave and blow David a kiss, please. He goes all silly when you are on, and it's so funny sometimes to watch him. He'd be so made up and surprised.
Aww.
Love the pair, love you pair. And Sundays at 7 o'clock.
It's a bit like Benny Hill today, this.
Love you pair, and Sundays at 7 p.m. are amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Right, let me show you the footstools.
I'm just going to try and...
David and Kath, I've mailed you back.
Oh, excellent.
I've mailed you back with a link to the shop in Matlock.
Matlock, that's it, yeah.
Right, let me show you our footstools. Look, there's Kenneth just...
Playing with Monster.
What Kenneth's doing.
He's playing with Monster.
He's on one. So there's our footstools. One of them's got the darker colour leg and one of them's got the lighter colour leg, and yeah, we love them. We love our little footstools.
We actually got a comment on Kenneth's new Twitter page. We had 1 or 2 people over the pond asking about them. Yeah. They're sweet, aren't they? They're sweet.
They are. Right. Just keep your eye on Kenneth under this table, Mrs. B.
Yeah, I'm listening out for him. Yeah, because if you suddenly hear a wood, they're big chewers, aren't they?
They are. Let me just move this.
And put his little red thing.
There we are, mate.
Or his slipper.
Good boy.
That's it.
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah. Give him an alternative to chew. There you go. Right. Look, he's got enough toys. He's got loads of toys. We went a bit mental, didn't we, at Pets at Home? Other brands are available. There you go. He's got lots, haven't you?
Sorry.
Good boy.
Sorry, viewers.
Good boy.
This is a little bit disjointed. I know you're all sitting there going, what's new? Right, so that's David and Kath from Watford. So I say I've sent you a link to the shop where we bought the footstools from. Mm-hmm. Daniel and Patricia from East Sussex.
Oh, my mum's name.
I used to work down in East Sussex. Yes, happy mother-in-law
day.
Sunday to Patricia. Do you mind us asking about the 2 Dyson heaters stroke fans you have, and which one you would recommend? We are on a very tight budget and it can only be one for us on our narrowboat because we know how expensive these things are. We've watched you both from the beginning and love your approach to life. Thank you. And all things just living underwater. We are the same down here on our marina. Now, I've blanked out your marina for obvious reasons. Like you, the odd person who thinks they know best, we just ignore them. We do. And you get it on anywhere, land, water, doesn't matter, does it? Keep the videos coming. Love and best wishes, Daniel and Pat. Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel and Pat.
Now, I would have said the big one, but the minute I knew you got a narrowboat, get the little one. The smaller one that we started out with. When we had the narrowboat, that was perfect, wasn't it?
Oh, fabulous.
Absolutely
fabulous.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The big one on a narrowboat will be like a blast furnace. Trust us, it really will. But the little one on a narrowboat is just as good.
We keep it in the bedroom, and in the morning, Darren usually puts it on for me, because we don't like to put the central heating on too early in the morning because it makes a bit of noise from outside. So Darren puts a small one on for me, and within about 15 minutes, the whole bedroom is lovely and toasty and warm, so I can get dressed.
Yeah, definitely go for the smaller one on a narrowboat. That's just our opinion.
And it's great when we have red hot summers because it's really good for blowing out that cold air as well.
Yeah.
So it acts as a really good sort of air conditioner.
Yeah, they are brilliant pieces of kit. You may have heard me rant on a few podcasts ago. One thing I will say is there's no way the big one could heat your boat as just one heat source. Not a chance. No. I'm sorry, Dyson. No.
A wide beam.
A wide beam. A narrow boat, different story, but not a wide beam.
We used to position our small Dyson sometimes if we didn't want to put the fire on. You know when you're coming out of winter or you're going into winter and it's not cold enough to put the fire on yet. So we used to put the Dyson actually on the well deck steps so it pointed into our narrowboat. And that was great. And we had it on a pivot, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it just heated up our area where we were sat. It doesn't heat the bedroom at the same time, but it heats up the room that you're actually in, and it's lovely.
Sorry, I'm laughing because Kenneth's just starting to really liven up. Right, so Daniel and Patricia, hope that helps. Stephen and Pauline Kenning from Villamartin in Spain. I have been dying to read this out. So this came in about 4 weeks ago.
I can't wait to hear what this is.
So Mrs. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 exclamation marks. Mrs. B, Stephen nearly fell off his breakfast bar stool when he heard you pair are thinking of retiring at Villamartin here. He has had a secret crush on you since the very first Mrs. B's PTs.
Ooh.
You should have seen his face when you were talking about it. It was absolutely priceless. We have lived here for 11 years. Now and absolutely love the place. All year round sun and such a relaxing lifestyle. If you do come, and you did say in your podcast it's a good while off, 10 years plus, we'd be absolutely delighted to show you around and help in any way we can.
Fabulous.
Stephen would be a bumbling wreck though. He'd go all shy and coy. I do actually have a question. When you went to see Collingwood Boat Builders, did you have to make an appointment? And was it useful? We asked because our son, who is over in the UK, is in the process of looking to buy a wide beam. He is thinking about a sail away lined. Also, I think you mentioned that's what you would like to have had a go at. Any regrets? ? Right, I'm off to make sure Stephen has enough oxygen in the event that he hears you talking about coming over here even earlier than planned.
Oh, Stephen, hello. Get some sangria or some wine. Start now.
Get it ready, Mrs. B's on her way.
Yeah.
So, thank you ever so much for this lovely question.
That'd be lovely, and we certainly will.
Of course,
we will DM you and.
But just to confirm, it's at least 10 years away.
Yeah, it's a while away. Yeah, and we'll be bringing a mad dog with us as well.
Yeah, we'll be. Yeah, he's definitely on the Zoomie. Right, so we've got one question after this, because we need to get back to Kenneth. Did we make an appointment? Yes, we did. We didn't just turn up. We would never do that. So we made an appointment. Collingwood were very obliging. Yeah. We met obviously at the boatyard, builder's yard in Liverpool, not far from the docks, Albert Docks. You can actually see it on one of our videos. I know we don't show much, but yes, we made an appointment. Did we find it useful? Definitely, because at that time we were planning on a wide beam. And then we went narrowboat, and now we're back on a wide beam. So yes, we found it useful. They're very helpful. Yeah. They toured us completely. I wanted to see the base plates. I wanted to see kind of some of the boats kind of halfway fit. And they were very obliging.
You can see it all the way through, and you can actually see the men working on the base plates, and they've got the welding things on it, and then you go through somewhere else and you see the carpenters fitting the wood. It's brilliant. It really is worth it, but definitely make an appointment.
In terms of the sail away lined, Mrs. B will know the context in which I say this. If I was on my own, I would have bought a sail away lined in a heartbeat, because I would have loved to have fitted it out. I know that's sounding and I know I could have done it. I'd have had to have bought one that had got the electrics and plumbing in, but thereafter putting a kitchen, laying flooring, I'd have loved to have done it, but I don't think it would have been feasible for us to do it together. It's a lot of work, commitment and mess, and I wouldn't have put Mrs. B through that.
I would have just gone and lived somewhere else. If he'd put me up in a really nice hotel for about 6 months, then you could have done that.
I'd have loved, I suppose
it's not for me.
Yeah, it's your circumstances and it's how patient these things. Unless I could fit this boat out if I wasn't working. Give me 3 months, I could fit a boat out. And I know that sounds really, I may not know much about a boat in terms of moving it and its engines and its electrics, but believe you me, I could fit a boat out, and I would love to have a go at it. But as I say, it's not fair. That's a big commitment. I'm not sure if your son is on his own or in a relationship, and I do think that's a conversation for two to have.
And if you both want to do that, then how brilliant is that? Because you completely put your own.
Our neighbours are doing it, and they're doing a brilliant
and
job.
it looks fabulous.
Yeah,
It's
wonderful.
looking fabulous.
You get what you want,
Yeah.
and you really do.
Like building a house,
Cuckoo
isn't
clock.
it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So, yes, they were helpful. Yes, I'd definitely make an appointment.
Yeah.
And you do get to see the boats and the quality, etc., etc. And then you make a view and a judgment.
Can I just say as well, your son can make a day of it like we did. I mean, when we went, it was still lockdown-ish. But they've got the Albert Docks. Is it the Albert Docks?
Albert Dock.
Albert Dock. Oh, Liverpool is just a place to just go and spend some time, because you could go to Collingwood and just make a day of it, go around the dock. It looked amazing, didn't it?
Yeah.
We said we want to go there now. Now everything's open.
Yeah.
So it's just a nice day out for him as well.
And the other alternative, I mean, I know you guys are over in Villa Martin, but if your son's in the UK, drop us another line, drop us a message, and if he's ever around Mercia, he's more than welcome to come and have a look and have a chat with a few folk who own wide beams here, as I say, see who's around and just see what's what.
He can come and have a coffee. I've had one or two people come and have a coffee. I
don't think his dad would be very happy about that though.
We could have a selfie, me and send. I'd say send that to Steve so he can see. But no, I mean it when I do say if you do come and visit, please say hello and stuff. I had the lovely Jules on board a few weeks ago. Lovely lady. So he'd be more than welcome to come and have a look and stuff.
Cool. Steve and Pauline, we will see you in Villa Martin in about 10 years, or if it's not Villa Martin, thereabouts.
Can I just say, just before you go on to the next one, two things, just very quickly.
Yeah.
One, Tracy and Mark, that Collins gin was superb. We've drank it. Not just me and Mr. B, but there was 4 of us drinking it. So thank you very much. It was very, very nice.
Yeah,
And can I also say, Steve, Maxine, and the lovely, lovely Mexie, the Lakeland Terrier. I saw you the other day when we were just going into the boardwalk with Kenneth. Thank you very much for those books. We haven't had much chance to look at them yet, the walking books. But as Kenneth gets a bit older, we're going to really have a look, because there's a lovely big map and stuff in there. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
We've really got a crack on.
Yes, sorry.
Go on.
I just wanted to get
this is the last question. It's from Rex and Stephanie from South Manchester.
Oh, yeah.
We are always visiting Mercia. We absolutely love it there. And one day we hope to be living there like you pair.
Oh, nice.
Last week, as we were leaving, after a lovely day, we are absolutely sure we spotted Mr. B pulling into the marina in what looked like a shiny new car. Mr. B, if it was you certainly like your Dacia Dusters, don't you? Yes, I do. We are currently looking for a replacement to our rather old Honda CR-V. Do you mind us asking how you are finding it?
Yeah.
And did you consider any other SUV? Keep the great vlogs coming, and one day we hope to see Mrs. B walking past as we sit and take in the views from the willow tree, or boardwalk pub. Right. So, did I consider any other SUVs? Yes, I did. I looked at a Kia Sportage, very, very nice. What are you doing? Very nice vehicle. Come on, you.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I nearly got it. Good lad. There's a good boy. Hey? Yeah.
He's a bit of a princess.
Yeah.
We are spoiling him a little bit.
Good lad. Right, just 2 seconds. Let me take my mic down. My mic off. Right, so yeah, I looked at a Kia Sportage. Oh, you're a good lad. I looked at a Kia Sportage, really nice vehicle, not quite right. I looked at a RAV4, nice cars again, just not quite right. We'd had, as you know, a Duster before. We love them because they're not trying to be anything other than what they are. A utilitarian SUV. Got great engines. Go and have a look at the write-ups, the reviews on the new model. We've got the new engine. It's got a bit of poke in it, and we absolutely love it. What are you doing, fella? Yeah, and we absolutely love it. Hope you can get this audio. So yeah, those are the 3 that we looked at. We actually went into a showroom, didn't we? And looked at one of the Sportages. Really nice vehicle, but we ended up with another Duster because it just suits us, doesn't it?
Yeah. And with Mr. B starting a new job a few weeks ago, and he has to travel, it's a lot comfier frame to travel.
Yeah.
And it's great to have, look at Kenneth in the back, isn't it? Yes, it is. And he's comfy.
Right.
He's comfy in the back. He travels very well, actually, doesn't he?
He does. Right, listen, we are going to go because, look, we've got a bundle of fur here that needs a little... He needs a walk. So, listen, thank you ever so much for bearing with us on this one. And if we've not got back to all of your comments, it's because of this one. We have got a lot to learn. We're all learning together, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, yeah. Yeah,
So
we are.
we will, again, I'm trying desperately to make sure you've got my audio. We will see you next week. Oh, watch his battle. We will see you next week for our normal weekly vlog.
Yes,
Mrs.
yes.
Bonneville, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Kenneth,
Say goodbye. Woof.
Woof.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
See you later.